There's always something exciting about leaving your state for vacation. Being able to experience new places you've never been to amid this radiance of adventure and curiosity. The long car rides and endless roads and highways really set up the mood for a long-lasting memory. And after several months of planning and getting hyped up and it being conveniently on my birthday weekend, I left my piping hot state of Florida and journeyed to Georgia to positively talk about Momocon. And man, that con is going to be in my head for a long while. Conventions are the idea of having an amalgamation of clashing fandoms, cosplay attire, e-celebs, fan merchandise, and expensive food put into one place for 3 to 4 days, and somehow surprisingly managing to unify everyone. That's always something I think everyone loves about going to their local convention. You're kind of away from judgment, because everyone is here for the same reasons you are, to express their love and value to the entertainment that distracts us from our hard realities and inspires us to keep trucking to our goals. It's a great way to spend a weekend after a busy work week. Now, the reason I rode out all the way to Georgia is because 1, the weather is actually manageable and I can wear a sweater without suffering heat exhaustion, and 2, I was told by my friend that this con focuses more on games and anime, as the ones back at home are geared more to Western comics and media, leaving anime and gaming the less centered attraction. Momocon has been blowing up, topping itself every year since its initial inception in 2005, becoming one of the bigger and substantial anime conventions in North America. This year had over 30,000 entries, and honestly, I like having shoulder space at cons, so this con was the perfect balance of comfy and busy and surprisingly affordable too. The only time my wallet took a big hit was eating fast food and riding the MARTA. This was my first experience with trains, and my first experience being in a cityscape bigger than Orlando. It was definitely a sight for sore eyes. Atlanta felt intimidating at first, but with the overwhelming positivity from the con-goers, I kind of felt at home after the first day. As for the con itself, hosted in the Omni Atlanta Hotel, it made it the perfect place to easily navigate all floors without feeling crowded and claustrophobic. Divided by 3 sections, the first floor being the central hub, making it the meeting grounds for friendos or a showcase for everyone's latest cosplay projects. It's the go-to instinctual, I don't know where to go, but I guess we'll just chill here until something comes up. Providing your Momocon membership card grants you access to the second floor. It's kind of like the break section where it's not too crowded and you can find a place to relax, charge up your electronics, and get ready for the next panel. Upon being there, we got to see Jackson Alexander Perotti, a YouTuber/musician whose focus is primarily playing the accordion, covering a multitude of songs. And it was charming and really fun to listen to. When you make your way down to the second set of escalators, you reach the third floor, the main entree, a massive game room, and an even bigger artist alley. The scale is truly immense, and it ended up being where I spent almost all my time in during the con. This artist alley had heart, it had value, everything was a bang for your buck. From prints to t-shirts, to games in Figma, to full-on Fallout role-playing barters, this artist alley covered all its grounds.
If you've got the caps, we've got the merch, whether you're under the weather or over the Geiger counter, my friends. And don't forget, this weekend only we are accepting pre-war currency, so get rid of that trash here. If you prefer to pay with bottle caps, however, we are so appreciative we will give you discounts at our booth. So shop Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs, my friends. Even our jet utilizes real CO2 tanks. Yes, that's right, real. Our Nuka-Cola Quantums do indeed glow in the dark. We have Pip-Boy kits so you can build yourself and print any way that you like. All of our chems are only $10 a piece, and they are medical grade, so they are squeaky clean, radiation free whenever you need them. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I won't answer them, I just want to see how confused you get.
Creep on over to the other side and you're treated to the past and future, both present in front of you. Arcade machines sprinkled about, HTC Vive games being showcased, tabletop campaigns being held, rhythm games with crowded audiences cheering the dancers on, and a borderline Melee National going on. It was like the coolest thing ever. And speaking of cool things, I got to meet up with George Weidman, aka Super Bunnyhop. And if you don't know, he's one of my biggest inspirations on this platform. So being able to talk about video games with him was really neat and a highlight of the trip.
Hi, I'm George. You might know me from youtube.com/SuperBunnyhop. I make a channel that's only okay. It's kind of decent, sometimes it's great. And that's why you should like, favorite, comment, subscribe, rate it 5 stars, and share it with your mom.
Another highlight was Momocon's pretty enticing guest list this year, filled with fun panels and amazing guests. Celebrating the first year anniversary of Overwatch, fans of the games got to meet up with the cast of voices behind some of the game's most popular characters. You never really know the scale of a game's popularity until you see the line formed from the end of the artist venue to the end of the game room. I was kinda hoping I'd get my SMT4 copy signed from Matt Mercer because he did a great job as Walter, but that proved to be way too difficult. Toonami provided a panel answering fan questions and sneak peeks of new shows coming soon. It was nostalgic and fun to see the recent reboot of Lupin III get an English dub. The panel I ended up having the most laughs and fun with was the Co-optional Lounge panel, where Total Biscuit and Co. played various board games where the player must pitch an item to a fictional character, having the audience's roars dictate the winning item.
Here's for my blind werewolf.
Little moments like that, where everyone feels involved, are the reasons people come out to these conventions, especially when it's some of their favorite internet personalities. Thank you, Co-optional crew, for the damn good time. I hope to see you guys live again soon. I think it's tradition that every con has a rave before its last day. But con raves are super hit or miss for me, as they feel like overglorified school dances with no-name DJs and bad odor. I was surprised to be blown away with the rave Momocon hosted. It was packed, people were vibing, I was dancing my ass off. I had a blast with my friends and the strangers around me. Lasting till 4 AM, it was my last memory of the con, as we had a long drive ahead of us Sunday. Momocon 2017 was probably one of my favorite birthday gifts I've ever had, and honestly, I think one of the major draw-ins to a con like that is having your friends alongside you, especially when it's an out-of-state occasion to a city you've never been to. But something you're left with after the inevitable departure is usually post-con depression. Although I actually didn't go through it. I actually felt homesick despite having a great time. Nonetheless, Momocon left an impression. It left a mark in my head, and it reminded me that a convention kinda shows you just how important human social interaction is. We had 30,000 people for 4 days bringing this venue to life. 30,000 people with similar but different interests, ideologies, political views, and race, and we all managed to have a damn good time, together. The small team behind this con did a spectacular job on hosting some of the most entertaining and interesting panels I've ever been to. But more importantly, they put together a place where everyone can get away from the negativity and show off their nerdy interest and mingle with each other. A hangout and a getaway in a world where we really need that right now.